Well, hi there folks, this is Kim Willis again, and welcome to day 4 or lesson 4 for our Facebook group challenge series. So number 4 of 7, okay, 7 in total. Now this one is called Personal Profile and Group Integration Method. What's that about? Personal Profile and Group Integration Method. Wow, sounds highfalutin, doesn't it? But really it's pretty simple, and it's just based on common sense. On one side, you've got your personal profile, and on the other side, you've got your group. It's important that there are synergies between both platforms, if I can call them that, platforms, okay? So you've got your wall, you've got content that you're creating on your wall, which appears on some of your friends' news feeds, and then on the other side, you've got the content that you're producing and posting in your group. Now, of course, other people will be contributing to your group. That's what you want. That's part of the community building imperative that is an essential part of a Facebook group strategy. But we want to, they really go hand in hand, okay? You can't run a Facebook group in isolation. You have to kind of link it in with what's going on your personal profile. So this lesson is partly or even largely about making sure that your personal profile is really buzzing. Now, you can generate leads on your personal profile. You can generate leads in your group. You can generate leads or member inquiries for your group. So that's the first type of lead that we've been talking about. But you can also generate leads for your products, your business opportunity, your primary thing, whatever it is that makes you money. You can do that on your personal profile. You can do that in your group, okay? And sometimes it's good to duplicate the content between what's going on in your group and what's going on your wall, on your personal profile. One will reinforce the other. Not everybody is going to see your updates, your new posts in your group, but they may see them on as part of their news feed because you're a friend of theirs. That's another reason why it's so important that your members are also your friends. Now, of course, if you get to the point where you've got more than 5,000 members in your group, well, you won't be able to add them as friends, but at least they'll be able to follow you, won't they? But I don't think that's going to be an issue or a problem in the near term, so don't worry about it. But it is important that, as I said, that there are synergies between both platforms and both activities. So this lesson, you can read this lesson after you've watched the video, but I talk about how the profile fits. I do, and then I talk about how to get your personal profile wall buzzing, and essentially there are 4 different types of content that you can post on your personal profile. You've got the standard thing, which is social content. Could be humor, it could be funny animal pictures, family photos, photos with friends, you're on a holiday, you're taking happy snaps, all of that kind of stuff. You know, you're well familiar with that. That's what most people do. But we also have 3 other types of content that you can place on your personal profile, on your wall. And one of course, is value-driven content. You may not get a lot of comments for value-driven content, but believe me, some of your friends are watching. We call them the lurkers. And when the time is right, some of those people are going to appear, and they're going to become a lead for you, okay? So that's value-driven content. Quite often it's longer content, it's got more words in it, etc. So I talk about the 4 different types of content. I also give you examples. I also talk about how you can use your wall as a feeder for your Facebook group. And we've touched on this in a previous lesson, but I just re-emphasize the point once again. How to use your profile wall to reinforce what's happening in your group. That's another important point. And then we look at the different types of status updates that you can use. And you should be doing all of it, not necessarily every day, but you should be posting 1 value-driven post a day, 1 social post a day, one engagement-producing post a day. And in terms of promotional posts, which is the 4th type of post, you may not post one of those every day. I certainly don't. but you would want to publish at least one a week, and preferably more. Okay, so as you get used to this way of engaging with people and communicating with people, you'll get clear as to what should be the right formula for you. So I give some examples. There's an example of social content. I talk about animals, all right, and got some good responses there. Engagement producing content. Well, okay, there's lots of different ways you can do it. One of my favourite methods is to just ask questions. Just ask a question, a simple question. It could be a social question. What's your favourite food? That type of thing. I've mentioned it on another video, but I'm just here. We're treating it more seriously and giving you an idea there. There's another example of a technique that you can use to like a fill in the space kind of technique, right? So you ask them to fill in the space. Now, all of this needs to be done because you want people to get closer to you, and you want Facebook to give you the reward that you're looking for, and that is a boost, right? So that they will display your content to more of your friends. If you've got anything more than 10 friends, or whatever the threshold is, I don't know what the number is, but if you've got hundreds or thousands of friends, Facebook is not displaying them, as a rule, to all of those friends. So what you want to do is to work Facebook's algorithm system so that they will display more of the content to your friends, to more of your friends. Okay, so that's what you want, and the way they do it is when they will look at the engagement that you're getting right now. So they're looking at more comments, likes, particularly comments, shares. They also factor in engagement via Messenger. So if you're using Messenger a lot, you'll notice that some of the persons that you've just spoken to a person, and you'll notice 5 minutes later that their posts start appearing in your newsfeed. Well, guess what? The same thing's going to happen to them. All right. So that encourages reciprocity. You comment on other people's walls. That's another great way of improving and producing a boost to the display rates for your content. So it's incredibly important to do this stuff. Yeah, so I give some examples. I give you some examples, but I'm going to give you another example. This is a real life example. It's happening right now as I record this. Actually, this one is not happening right now. This one happened a little while ago, not that long ago. It was it was about a week ago. And this is an example of a post that got a lot of engagement, and there are some potential leads in here as well. So if I open it up, you can see that I'm basically asking people for feedback, and some of the people have given me answers. So I've had, let me open it up here in terms of the responses. So I've had a good number of responses, and some of these people are leads. They're not an overt lead, they're a covert lead. Okay, so some of their answers indicate to me that they may be worth contacting via Messenger just to see if they need any help, which is basically the method that I use for situations like this. Okay, so lots and lots of responses, but I also want to show you. A post that is fresh, right? It only happened a couple of hours ago. Or a little more than an hour ago, actually. See the mix of content I've got here? Text-based content, photos, provocative content, something about Harvey Weinstein guy. And then up the top here, we've got a promotional post. Video. There it is. Bang. Okay, so this is the top of it, and this is my latest post. All right, you see that? Very recent. Okay, now already I've had, and this is a lead getting post. Okay, because asking people to say that they would like to respond, saying that they would like to get my latest cheat sheet. And it's on a relevant topic, how to make money with a Facebook group. Okay. And so already I've had a number of responses. Now what I will do, and by tomorrow, because this is evening, okay, so by tomorrow I will have some more, no doubt about it, no doubt at all. But one of the techniques that we use to get more responses is to get Facebook to display the content to more of my friends. Okay, so this is not my group, this is my personal profile. And so what we have to do is that we just reply. Say something like that, great. Sometimes I use a smiley face, etc. Click like. Okay, so it's a bit boring, but it's only going to take a few minutes, and it's highly likely that I'll have more by tomorrow. Okay, so I've got a bunch of leads there, haven't I? See? Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me just go back to the view that displays the header. So that's a real good example of a post that is live, that's new, that's fresh, and quite frankly within 15 minutes, actually it was more like 10 minutes of posting it, I had responses. Okay, and as I said, I'll have more by tomorrow, and this could have a lifespan of 2 to 3 days before it sort of peters out and dies. Okay, so I might end up getting 30 plus leads just from one little post, one tiny little post. Pretty easy, isn't it? Now, of course, I had to have the cheat sheet. Yes, I prepared a cheat sheet. But cheat sheets are not hard to prepare. You could just prepare one, a one-page format, and that's your cheat sheet. Summary points. Pick some topics that people will be interested in. Topics that will help to solve a problem for people, and create a little cheat sheet, and then post it. Say, hey, I've got it. Do you want it? They say, yeah, I want it. All right. And then we do the follow-up, and I'll show you how we do the follow-up. I think it's on the next lesson. All right. Okay. Well, that's the lesson. That's the lesson for today. And as I say, go back and review the text components of the lesson, and do your homework. There's a homework assignment there as well. And I love to see you report your results. You finish your homework, you let us know, you go into the Tribe Builder group, Tribe Builder community group, you go in there and you report your results. That would be great. Great for you, and it's also good for other members that see what you're doing. It helps to inspire them. So you're demonstrating a little bit of leadership here by saying, hey, I've done this. And maybe it's a good idea for you to do it as well. That's what you're implying, isn't it? So share the good news, tell them what you've done, and that will inspire others to do something similar. All right, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now.